Give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
About
Yo, that's f***ing diabolical.
humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in a nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right, you're trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us on this really awesome hangout tonight. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, Syracuse, New York. And always among us, our moderator and Trollhammer, stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. It is Joe from Fall One Gaming. Please introduce these handsome fucks that we got in the stream tonight.
Yes, today we have the legendary Davis TitanGoji Below, and we have the great Kush from the Hub.
Guys, how you doing?
We are
Very
doing
excited,
fantastic. Man. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, before we get started, we got a lot of stuff that we want to plug in real quick. I'll keep it fast here so we can get right into the juicy thickness of the stream. So, listen, tomorrow, Joe and I will be on Twitch as we're going to do the finale of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Yes, chewing shit up, spitting it out like usual. But yeah, we're on like the last world of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so for sure we're going to beat that. And then Joe, tell them about Saturday.
Saturday, we are going to do the finale of Mortal Kombat Conquest with Toasty and Mad Mike Jones.
Yeah, so please be there for that. Episode 16 through 22, we're going to start 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Last batch of episodes. By the way, if you've never watched Mortal Kombat Conquest, it's streaming for free on HBO Max. Again, we're starting from episode 16 all the way to 22. If you have not seen it, binge it, and then stop at episode 16 and watch it with us. That's all. I just want to plug those in real quick, and I just want to hand the floor over to Kush. Go ahead, tell our audience who you are if they're not familiar with you, and anything you want to plug in real quick.
So, I think they should know me by now. I think it's probably my 4th or 5th time being on here. I always enjoy coming on here. This is probably my 2nd or 3rd time being on here with special guests, TitanGoji. We've been on here together before. And then, of course, Joe, what up, man? The Hammer, as you mentioned. Chat, what's up? In case you guys don't remember or don't know me, I am Kush from the Hub. I run primarily a Giants YouTube channel, but I am as much of a nerd and geek as Jay is, as Fallen is, as TitanGoji is, as the entire chat is. And Jay's known this for a while. That's why I've been coming on. I love talking. And tonight is probably going to be one of my favorite episodes because it involves two of my favorite things. My favorite video game of all time, one that I consider the greatest franchise of all time, and then what I think is the best anime in terms of storytelling, at least, of all time with Attack on Titan. So I just cannot wait to get into it, man.
Absolutely. And before we get to Davis, Joe, who we got in the chat tonight?
We have Paul Tackett in the chat. We have Sunzilla 2008. We got Valerie Gothic.
Hey,
we have Shay Smithers. We have Scott Bannock. Cole is in the chat.
Oh, wait. Cole's here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And Uma Ramrup is in the chat.
That's my sister out there.
Awesome. All right. Everybody should know who this man is, but Davis, I know you got some stuff to plug in, and today is definitely the appropriate day to do it, man.
Oh hell yeah, because I am really going to need it. Okay, so hello everyone. I am Davis, also known as TitanGoji. I'm a content creator on YouTube. In case I look a little off today, I'm trying to get through some allergies, but also some bullshit involving YouTube because for some reason they decided to demonetize my channel for apparently reusing content, even though there are like thousands of other content creators doing the exact same thing I'm doing.
How does the appeal process for that work, man? Like, are you gonna get it back?
So like the appeal process was okay. So I have to submit a video where I cover my creative process, show examples of videos that is like proof that I'm not reusing content. It was like a minute and a half, and like it was pretty straightforward. It's like, hey, here's this, here's that. Like, I'm not reusing content, and they denied my repeal. They're just not being any help at all. Like, and they're not providing like any sort of basis as to what is it about my content that is considered being reused. So with that being said, please support me on Patreon. I'm really going to need it.
Yo, we need to get on YouTube, on Twitter, man. Make a tweet about it and like let us know. We'll retweet it and stuff, and definitely get your subs and your followers to just retweet it to get YouTube like to notice on Twitter.
Like I've actually been interacting with YouTube on Twitter about the situation, and like they're being no help at all. They're not providing any evidence or basis or examples as to like why I am not eligible for monetization anymore. Like it's just bullshit. But hey, but thankfully,
Davis, just go ahead and go sell your ass on the streets.
Yeah, not on the streets, bro. There's websites for that now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he'd even need to move from Patreon. Patreon, he can do it right there.
Yeah,
make it another tier.
That is true. Yeah. Other than that, I'm looking forward to tonight. Even though, and this might come off as a huge shock to everyone here, I am a PlayStation guy, and I never played a single Halo game.
Dude, it's all good in the hood.
That's okay.
Hold on a second. Just for that though, we got to play this little soundbite. Oh, where the hell is it?
Headshot.
Oh, by the way, the pretty guardians in the chat, thank you for coming in. Always love
Yes.
to have you. So listen, I figured let's start with Halo the series because Kush, you went on a tirade on Twitter
after the premiere night. So before I say anything else, before I get into anything else, let me just show people how big of a Halo fan I am, right? I have basically every single game. The only one I'm missing is Halo Wars 2. That's it. But that's because I have a digital copy of it. I didn't go out to get a physical copy. But here are all my physical copies from the very first game release all the way to Halo Infinite. This is a special edition, Steel edition of it as well. Like, I've been a huge Halo fan since I was like 6 or 7, I want to say, because it was the very first video game that I ever played in my life. I got my Arbiter here, who, when you play the original trilogy, I really hope you do, because this guy will become one of your favorite characters, the Arbiter. He is an elite from the Covenant. And, I got Chief right here holding Cortana in his hand. I don't even know if y'all could see that.
Yep.
But
I got you full screen.
Bet. So it's like, I'm a huge Halo fan, and like I said, I've been in for a while. It introduced a lot of things to me from being my first experience with a video game. And it was like on PC as well. That was way back in like
Halo on the hub
on Twitch. Yeah, I've been playing this one on Twitch. I finished the entire campaign over there. I might do some multiplayer. That's a whole lot of conversation though, because I think they've messed up multiplayer with that game. But the campaign was really fun.
Tell them where you got those Funkos from.
Yeah, she was the one that got me these two Funkos. I can't remember if it was Christmas or my birthday. It was one of the two. They're really close to each other. But yeah, no, Halo, it introduced me to a lot of things. The FPS genre, which for anybody that knows gaming history knows that Halo is one of the, like, it's like Doom in the sense that it reworked the way that FPSs were made, and especially in terms of story.
Doom, then GoldenEye, then Halo, as far as like bringing.
Yeah, and when Halo really got to it, a lot of it had to do with gameplay mechanics and stuff for both PC and console, which is why it was such a success as well. And then it was one of those first games came out all the way back in 2001 that had like a it didn't have a deep story at the time because, it was like 2001. But from the games after, it was like, oh, it's more than just you're going out there to kill the enemy. There's actually something at stake here, and you became interested in what was going on. And also music. I think that's one of the things Halo is most known for as well. Their music, especially the theme song. Yeah. It's probably one of the most recognizable themes, not just in gaming, but in media, to the point where the Halo series, they use kind of an altered version of it. I don't know why they just didn't use the same theme. It's like they have the rights to use it. I feel like they should have just used it. But that's a minor gripe. And let me stop talking about the Halo games because we're talking about the Silver Timeline now, as Paramount Plus calls it and CBS calls it, which I got to say, I've been following it for a while because this particular iteration of live action Halo has been in the works since like 2014. It's been in the works since the development of Halo 5, and we're now in like Halo 6 going on to Halo 7. Yeah. It's been canceled, reopened, rewritten so many times that I honestly didn't think it was going to happen until Paramount Plus became a thing. Like we're in a new age of subscription services to watch all that.
Paramount Plus, man. I love it because not only that we have Halo, but we got Star Trek Picard.
I know a lot of people love the Picard show, yeah.
And then there's like 1886, which Mark was going off about.
I think Yellowstone on?
Oh, Jackass Forever is on Paramount Plus, as well as Scream 5.
So they're working really hard to build up their catalog, which, good for them. And I think Halo is probably their most successful show so far, as crazy as that sounds. But
then we got Knuckles TV show coming to Paramount Plus. Knuckles the echidna from Sonic.
Yeah, because Sonic is on Paramount Plus, right? Yes, you're right about that, yeah. So, they're working on building their catalog and going on there, like I was saying, and with obvious reasons, Halo being one of the largest gaming franchises in the world, when it premiered, it was their most successful premiere. I don't even think it was close, right? But with the Silver Timeline, like I said, I've been following it for a while, so I was very excited. And the whole reason I'm giving this little spiel before I get into it is because I don't want to be seen as just a pure hater. I feel like with what you just saw when I just spoke, I'm never going to try and come out here and just hate on anything related to Halo. I'm going to try my best to love it and appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's start. No. The thing is, I stand by what I said on Twitter, and let's start off with the small things first, and then we'll work our way up to the big things. And then after that, I will list out the things that I do like. I really actually love about the show that got me excited for some things in the future, right? Well, let's start with the bad, then we'll get the good. Everybody loves to have their dessert to wash that bad taste out their mouth. All right, so, I feel like I just finished watching episode 2, by the way, so some of this stuff might be out of order. But the thing that's still in my mind from watching episode 2 a couple minutes ago before we went live here was the way they've kind of done Halsey, Dr. Halsey. They got a lot of things right about her, which is hard to get wrong, such as, she's the creator of the Spartan program. She's one of, if not the smartest mind in the entire Halo universe, human or not. She's seen as a mother figure to the Spartans. And she did all of this, low-key, John is humanity's hope. John 117, the Master Chief, he is humanity's greatest hope. The reason he exists is because of Dr. Catherine Halsey. But the means by what they got there is not really good means. It's definitely gray. What I don't like is that they made her, honestly, to be really evil. I haven't watched episode 3 yet, but just through the first 2 episodes, I'm like, man, she's like an antagonist type, evil type of character. And I feel like they're using her as a placement for a company in the games called ONI, or not a company, like a private sector. ONI stands for Office of Naval Intelligence. They're basically the CIA of space in Halo. Everything that you're seeing Halsey do in the show so far with wiping the minds of the Spartans and things like that is stuff that ONI wants to do from actual lore. So I feel like they're placing the evilness and the darkness from ONI onto her without much of a good reason, because in the games, in the books as well. I didn't even bring out my book collection of Halo. I have a lot of the books. Halsey, like I said, there's gray area. She kidnapped children on Oni's orders in order to make them into Spartans and super soldiers. Thing is, she let them know right away. She told the children. I know it's a big subplot, which I don't really have a problem with because it's interesting. I actually do like the character Soren so far. But the subplot comes, it just hit me in the face because I'm like, the night that these children were captured that became the Spartans, she held them in the auditorium and told them what was up. And obviously not everybody accepted it, but they knew they came from families. They didn't have their minds wiped. There was no memories coming back and whatnot. And over the years, they kind of learned to trust her and look at her as a mother figure. That's why they listened to her. And what I'm seeing in the show is that they listened to her because she sort of wiped their mind, is what I'm kind of being given off so far. And they're just really making her out to be a super evil character when she's just more of a gray. There's a lot of bad, but there's also a whole ton of good when it comes to Halsey. A couple of minor gripes. Her daughter, Miranda Keyes, I'm not sure why they have her as a doctor. Miranda Keyes is a soldier. She's in fact one of the humanity's best soldiers that's not a superhuman augmented, Spartan. Miranda Keyes in the games is very integral to taking down the Covenant as once again a soldier. She was a captain. I think she made her way all the way up to Commander Keyes. And I just learned in episode 2 that she's a doctor. I was like, oh, she's not really wearing the same uniform as her dad, Captain Keyes here. What's going on? Did they just kind of like have her starting out low? But it's like, nah, she's in a completely different profession and whatnot. And like I said, that is a minor gripe. Maybe you can consider the Halsey thing a minor gripe. Who knows? They bring in Oni in season 2. We'll see. And then we'll all learn like, oh, she was just doing Oni's orders. Now, the stuff that I was really going off on Twitter, it was... Like I said, I calmed down on it because I was not a fan of Chief removing his helmet, but people got the reason that I was unhappy with that wrong. The reason I was unhappy with it is because I'm like, there was no build-up. Like, you blew your load in the first episode, bro. Like, there was no type of build-up. And that is something I feel like you should build up to because, like, we've never seen his face. Like, and it's not like there's no lower explanation for that. It's almost become an inside joke where it's just like you never see him take his helmet off because he's trying to always be ready for war. He's trying to always be ready for a fight. And the times that he does take his helmet off in the games, there's always something blocking it. In the original game, there was a helmet under his helmet. And, in Halo 4, all we see is his eyes, like sleep deprived and stuff. But I'm like, you could build up to it. Yeah.
Although, like I said before, I think in the games, the reason that you don't see him take his helmet off is because it maintains the illusion that you are that character.
That as well, 100%. Yeah, that is a great point as well, 100%. But that was the reason, Jay, and Fallen Davis, that I had a problem with it because I was like, I feel like, I don't know. It's some maybe mid-season and the season you could have done. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it says the actor. It's an ego thing. Like, hey, I don't want to just be faceless. I want my face to be seen on the show. I
would get that if like he was an established actor. I mean, I think he's doing a great job so far. No offense to you, Robot. I don't know who you are. If it is an ego thing, like, what are you talking about, man?
Then,
you know what I mean?
At least it was like towards the end of the episode, not like right off the beginning. But I mean, Joe, I think. You had
and then in addition to that, like the first episode, right? Not only that, it was like that he kind of revealed himself so easily to Kwan Ha, and Kwan Ha is a good character by herself. It's just that this is not even a Halo thing. It's just a problem I have with most like shows or movies based off of other types of media. They try to get, and we saw this with the Mortal Kombat movie, for example, with the new character. They try to get some type of new character in there to kind of be a bridge for the audience to relate to the story of some sort, and Kwan Ha is that bridge. And I'm just annoyed by the fact that she exists, if that makes any sense, because I'm like, we don't need it to see the story that's going on. We don't need a character that's going to go through a very cliche turn of events. Like her father died, which by the way, everybody could have told when he was going to die. Let's not act as if we didn't know that was going to happen. He stood there for like an extra 2 seconds like Hollywood characters do, and then he got stabbed. But like we could very much see like, oh, she's going to start out hating the UNSC, through events and whatnot, because she's going to be with Chiefs somehow, and help him save whatever he got to save. She's going to sort of turn around, maybe tolerate them, because the UNSC is not good, right? They're also, much like Halsey from the games, very gray, right? And I guess that's one thing I'm kind of annoyed by. I don't want to go on too many tangents, is that they're taking a lot of stuff that's supposed to be ambiguous. And this is just good storytelling, just having ambiguous characters and ambiguous organizations and stuff rather than have it all be black and white. And so far, a lot of stuff is just black and white. It almost feels like they dumbed it down, which I'm just like, that's not necessary to do. You dumbing it down is kind of assuming the audience can't
too much background on it, because there wasn't much background on it in the game. It was more like, this is who he works for, and that was pretty much it. I mean, in
the first 3, yeah, but you could tell from the story that they're trying to tell. Even though the creators said, "Oh, we didn't look at the games," I don't believe that because there's a lot of stuff in there.
Somebody definitely did.
Somebody 100% did. I'm like, with the way they're portraying UNSC and Halsey, all that Oni stuff. If they didn't read the books, that comes from the games that 343 made. That comes from Halo 4 and the Halo 4 cutscenes, and definitely Halo 5 and the Halo 5 cutscenes. Because I mean, Chief went rogue just like he did in Halo 5 when he went rogue. That was what that game was about.
For someone like me who's just played it casually, played the multiplayer, never really played the campaign. But here's the thing: as a fan of science fiction, and as someone who can appreciate great quality, great production, the show blew me away because like. And
wait a minute, Jay. Can I stop you right there? Yes. Because I disagree completely with great production. They had what, $10 to $15 million per episode, and why was it that during various shots it looks like I was looking at moving plastic on the screen? I expected so much more from the CGI in this show. It doesn't like that. Disappointed me a lot.
CGI though, it's a little bit of they mix it up with both CGI and practical, and I think it's
they
well.
Definitely.
It's a streaming show. This is not.
Yeah.
The movie. It's actually it's on a streaming platform, and that's just like what like I'm. Really
I would say that would even make me have higher expectations from it, given what we've seen from streaming platforms in the past 4 to 5 years. Like there was that one clip that went viral from the first episode, which the assault rifle got knocked away, and there was a shot of it, and it was just literally straight up. You could tell it was CGI. It wasn't a practical thing. Because practical guns, you saw them during the show. It looked like plastic. It looked like it was out of a 360. And the elites, this is both production / story lore thing that I have a problem with. So far, the elites are kind of portrayed as savages. Like they're not portrayed as like intelligent beings, and they move a lot like the brutes from the games. They're not quick. They're not side to side. They're not agile. They're not getting in your face quick and then stepping back. They have no type of tactics when they're fighting. But also, like I said, I just finished watching the second episode. When the human, and I'm gonna get to that, when the human that works with the Covenant asked the one elite what did he see, instead of just saying, oh, I saw the Halo ring, I saw the holy ring, he was like a dumb monster alien, which is how they've portrayed them so far. And this is something that even a casual gamer like yourself, Jay, if you played any of the campaigns, right, like you wouldn't notice if you played a multiplayer because they don't have lines in multiplayer, obviously, but if you play the campaigns, the elites, much like one of the best characters in the entire franchise, are one of the most honorable, intelligent, and elegant species of alien in the entire franchise. They speak better than humans. They speak like medieval lords. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Fallen might probably know what I'm talking about. And I don't think I've heard a single one said a word since. Like when you hear the Arbiter talk, when you hear the Shipmaster talk, you're in the presence of an old-timey king when they're speaking.
And the thing is, it's like when you're playing the game, you can tell the different levels of the characters because you hear the grunts.
Their armor sets too. Yeah.
You hear the grunts talking next to the elites, and you can tell how dumb the grunts are compared to the elites. You don't even hear the grunts talking here. I don't even know if I've seen a grunt.
We didn't see a grunt yet. We've only seen elites so far. But that's one of the things that bugs me to no end was just because you're wiping away an entire species in that galaxy in the universe to make them seem like just pure monsters, which is not the case. In fact, that's the reason why, I guess, spoiler for anybody that hasn't played Halo 2 yet, one of the major reasons why the elites rebelled against the Covenant is because of their they knew that something wrong was up once they started figuring out all of this, is because they're so smart. And I would recommend, Jay, I'm going to give you a couple things that you should definitely watch. I don't know if you've seen Halo Legends Fallen. It was
I've heard of it.
It was a 7-episode series. It was actually an anime series made for Halo back in 2007, and one of them focuses on one of the old Arbiters and his journey. It was the first ever Arbiter to rebel against the Covenant. So the elites have a history of doing that as well, of rebelling against the Covenant throughout time. But I'm just I don't like that they made them seem like they can't even speak. Why when you asked him what you saw, he was like, I saw the holy ring, I saw the holy artifact. Nah, let me draw a circle in the air. You know what I'm saying? And then this goes back to production as well. They all are gray, and I'm not saying just the color, but the armor as well. Like Fallen was saying, you could tell the difference between the levels because of the colors in their armors. They're a very colorful. The Covenant in general is just a very colorful enemy, and so far they've been gray and drab and ugly to look at. If that makes any sense, right?
I think the one thing they did get right, I think, are the prophets. I mean, the
prophets, I will give them all credit there. I think that's where most of their budget went to, honestly. Like I was saying, there's sometimes I'm looking at the show, I'm disappointed in CGI. The prophets look amazing. And we got a lot of close-up shots of the prophets. They look really, really good. Now, getting to what I was saying earlier, can somebody tell me why there's a human working with the Covenant?
Yeah.
That makes no type of sense. Yeah. I don't think anybody, even you, could defend that, Jay. Why is there a human working with the Covenant?
Yeah.
That makes zero sense.
I mean, like I
That
said,
is like
I'm
one of
not
the
in race with
stupidest
the
things
lore
I could
as
see.
You are, so, but it's
Like-
I wasn't taken off. I will say though, I like the first episode way more than the second episode. I have yet to see the third episode. Joe saw it today. He said it was good.
I'm probably the only one on this panel that's seen the third episode.
I haven't seen the third episode. I'm gonna watch it after this.
Yeah, it dropped tonight. So
I will tell you one thing that you're going to get excited about. They brought Jen Taylor back for the voice.
Oh well, I've been known they had Jen Taylor just to play
Okay.
Cortana. What I was confused by is if they brought her to play Cortana, they should have just brought her to play Halsey as well.
Yeah,
You know,
I know.
Cortana is a brain clone of Halsey.
Yeah.
So it's like, why didn't they just have her do the Halsey character? Like, she's already done it in the games, like mocap for it in the games and stuff, like in the past 3 games, I think. So she's already knows the mannerisms and stuff.
now, Kush, moving
yeah.
forward, are you still gonna give this a chance moving forward? And what so far? How would you rate this 1 through 10?
Oh, okay. Well, let me just quickly. I have notes. Let me just quickly get out these other points. I know I probably won't have time to get into them at all. So, like, yeah, the elites, like I mentioned, I don't know why they made the Spartans small, but they're really small. They should be around the same size as the
they're
elites. And I noticed it a lot in the second
twice the size of a
episode.
normal human, I think.
They're supposed to be like 8 feet tall, you know, giant beings. Like they take the term superhuman very seriously because of their augmentations, which we seen they have scars. Like we saw the scars in the flashback on John's back, so we know the augmentations happened. When I looked at Soren in the second episode, I was like, he's so small. I looked at John next to Quan Ha. I'm like, they could have put stilts on. Like, bro, you could have put stilts on the bottom of his shoe or something to make him look taller, or just use like simple CG to make them look bigger. But they're like regular human size. And let's see here. I mentioned the elites. I really can't stress enough the human working. This is kind of lore stuff. So the humans or the prophets don't like humans. That's the whole reason the Covenant is attacking them. The Covenant, when they encounter a new alien species, they usually just take them into their religious ranks to be their soldiers. The reason they didn't do that with the humans is because the humans, the artifact that John has currently is from an old species called the Forerunners, because the humans are like sort of direct descendants of the Forerunners, and so it would destroy their religion. So that's why I'm like, it makes no type of sense to have somebody that's gonna destroy your entire state of being to be working with. And they almost seem at times like they're taking orders from her as well. So I'm just like, what's that about too? We'll see what happens there. But the reason I've kind of calmed down on the show entirely, it's more as I've waited so long for a live action Halo that I kind of have no choice, honestly, to accept and watch. I'm like, I'll give it a chance because now I'll get into the stuff that I am excited for.
Yeah.
The action scenes are stupendous. Oh my God, they did such a good job with the action scenes. Especially, I mean, episode 1 had more action. Episode 2, I don't think had any action,
Yeah,
but
episode 2 is definitely
episode 1,
yeah.
and this is where I'm saying I know they lied when they said they didn't look at the games or anything, because when the Spartans dropped in to fight the elites in episode 1, that was very lore accurate in something that the games didn't even do, which was the speed at which the Spartans were moving at. In the books, John can actually run up to like 30 miles an hour. He could break his Achilles and tear his Achilles to run faster. Like that's happened multiple times. And I was looking at him moving in episode 1. I'm like, he's moving way faster than I've seen him move in the games. I like that. You know, the jumps and everything. I'm like, that's superhuman ability that I didn't expect.
Yeah, and
which
that
I was
landing
really
is straight out of Halo 3.
Yes, the landing is definitely straight out of Halo 3. So I'm like, the action, I think the best part of the show so far has been the action scenes, hands down. They choreography, whoever's in charge of that, I really like it a lot.
And there's blood and guts too.
Yeah, and I'm like, they don't hold back. They do not hold back with the gore, which I like too, because I'm like, realistically speaking, and Halo currently has a teen rating. I've been one of the dudes for a while now that said they need to go back to the M rating because they've taken out blood out of the game. And I'm like, it's a small thing, but like it shows the brutality of fighting a way more advanced species that's trying to murder you all the time. And then in terms of, go ahead, Fawn.
Did you see there's a video floating around out there where, you know, that jump where he jumps over the guy with the sword and everything?
Mm-hmm.
There's a video out there where it shows that jump, and then side by side it shows the guy jumping in the game just like this.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, because no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, one thing I love, they didn't stick to the physics of the games, which the games had to stick to those physics just because of technology. It's like sometimes you can't make that happen in a video game, right? And then I agree with what Doomzilla said, though. The story feels way too simplistic to me. I can't do anything about that. I feel like even if you had a very lore accurate Halo series that they would dumb down the story more.
Yeah, you gotta
I don't know why.
The common folk. You can't just
Exactly.
dump everything. We're only 3 episodes in. You can't just dump everything. It'll be too much for people to,
And then that's what I'm now in the phase of giving it props. So like so you guys can see what I'm excited for. But I do agree with common writers. Again, part of me feels like, why adapt it? Because we see this across almost every video game adaptation. Like, I feel like if one of y'all were to have your favorite series ever be adapted and kind of be slaughtered on TV like this, you'd have similar feelings to what
I was slaughtered in a movie. I can tell you that.
Which one?
Resident Evil, Welcome to Rest.
Oh, man, exactly. It's like, it's not that far off. Like, the way you guys feel about that is the way I feel about this show. So it's like, at least, I guess I could say, try and put yourself in that shoes, right? But then getting back to the stuff that I like.
Annihilation came out.
So, and then it's like other things that I liked. And this is something that I like from before the show dropped because I saw it in the trailer. Is the artifact story or sub story, but that is the main story. That has to deal with the Forerunners, and I like that they're right away getting into the Forerunners. They're not wasting any time. It seems like the entire thing is going to be the war on the Covenant while the Forerunner story is happening, which I'm not sure how they're going to fit because they're also got the Outer Colony story going on. So I'll be excited to see how Chief goes from someone being hated, which is kind of accurate because he's the enemy of the outer colonies, the poor people living on the planets that is being attacked by the UNSC. He is that at the beginning of his career. I'm really excited to see how he translates from that to being the greatest hero humanity has ever seen, because he almost single-handedly takes down the entire Covenant by himself, right? Yeah. So I'm excited to see how to do that. And then, like I said, they're throwing the Forerunner story right in there with the artifact. And we saw the Forerunner symbol pop up both times that that he activated the artifact. It popped right up. I'm hoping to see maybe the Reclaimer symbol pop up later on in the season, or maybe in season 2. But that would be very exciting. I'm just happy that they're wasting no time with that.
And so they are going to do a season 2, or has that been confirmed? They're going to do a season 2?
It's been confirmed even before season 1 dropped that they were doing a season 2.
Awesome, but Kush, so 1 through 10. Now that you had time to process it,
Can I rate it in 2 different ratings? So one as a Halo fan, and then one just as a show. Absolutely. So as a Halo fan, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm sorry. It really is probably like a 3 out of 4 out of 10. And I say that because we've had live action Halo once before, and I do think even though it's a much smaller story and it was just like an hour-and-a-half TV movie, it was way better. And that's Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn. And I recommend anybody watching this to watch that. They did a great job with Forward Unto Dawn and a much smaller budget. And I think they worked well with mixing in practical effects with CG effects. And then as a regular sci-fi show, I'd probably give it like a solid 7 out of 10. And you know what? It could go up. It could go up because I want to see how they execute the stuff I just said that I was excited about. I want to see how they execute that story. Part of me feels like execution might be bad because they're juggling a lot of things. They're juggling, once again, they're juggling 3 story points right now. They're juggling the Separatists versus the UNSC, the Covenant versus humanity, and the Forerunner story as well. And that's just Chief. Like, I didn't even get into Quan Ha. Didn't really get into the side story that Captain Keyes has, the side story that Halsey has. There's a lot of stuff they're juggling that could go wrong if they don't do it right. So we'll see.
What elements of lore would you like to see going forward?
Well, it's too late to ask for stuff that they already broke in terms of lore accuracy, right? But what I hope is I'll start off with the elites. I hope that they actually do portray them as the intelligent and elegant beings that they are. We haven't heard any of them speak yet. I hope that we do see more species in the Covenant. Like, we're the grunts, bro. Like, they're supposed to be comedic relief. We're the brutes. We're the jackals. Like, I hope we see that. And I hope that what I mentioned earlier comes true, and is that not that Halsey is this evil being they're having her be, and that she's just following orders from Oni, which it's at the same time I hate because she doesn't follow orders from anybody, but I would prefer that than them making her straight up an evil character that's trying to just be a mind controlling freak of the Spartans, right? And then with the Forerunners, I'm very open to see what they do with the Forerunners, because the way Halo has handled the Forerunners throughout the years has been very open. First, the humans were direct descendants. Then humans were they were a separate race that existed with them in peace and harmony. And now it's kind of like a mixture of both. We're both descendants and also a separate species from the Forerunners. So I'm open to whatever they want to do there, as long as humans are the Reclaimers. So we'll see where it goes.
I have a list of stuff I want to see. I want to see the Pillar of Autumn.
Ooh.
I want to see the Halo ring. I want to see the friggin' thing. I want to see 343 Guilty Spark.
I don't think I don't think we're gonna get 343 Guilty Spark, and that pains me because he's just like Arbiter is one of my favorite characters. I don't got faith in them to pull off 343 Guilty Spark, even if they do. I don't know, man. I feel like they go, and the thing is, you don't need an actor for that, right? So if they do him, you better get the voice actor.
Yeah.
Better get the voice actor. He's very willing to do anything Halo too. He loves the Halo franchise.
Yeah. I also want to see the Index, and I fucking want to see the Flood.
You said you watched episode 3. I didn't watch episode 3 yet. I saw a thumbnail of a review on episode 3 on YouTube, and it mentioned the Flood. Ooh, Jay, I'm telling you right now, if they do the Flood, bro, that alone just makes me love it so much more. Because the Flood, when's the last time we saw the Flood, bro? Like 2007?
Yeah,
2007. Halo 3 is the last time we saw the Flood.
Directly to the Flood, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's literally related to the Flood.
Without giving away the entire game.
So yeah, I hope those are definitely things I hope that I see. So yeah.
All right, Davis, I gotta ask you now that you heard this tirade, are you sold on Halo? Are you staying away from Halo? Or what are someone? Are you gonna get into it or no?
I mean, I might play the games.
Hey, listen, I haven't played the campaigns myself, but after watching the show, I want to get into the game. Like, I want to go start from the beginning and play all the campaigns.
Yeah, because
I was entertained by it, and I was, like I said, for streaming.
And Jay, you know what? Exactly what you just said is another reason I calmed down on it as well. I didn't even mention this. I mentioned it to my sister, but last week I had like a job in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, right? And Williamsburg, around that part, a lot of the buildings are used as billboards. As crazy as that sounds, like literally the fronts of the buildings are used as billboards. So I was walking by one of them, and it's just this gigantic building, and all I'm seeing is Master Chief's face, and I was just like, I don't like it that much, but I love the fact that so much more people are getting into Halo. That also made me ease up on it a lot, because I'm like, I've never seen, just walking in New York City, an entire building be covered by the Master Chief. That's incredible.
That's fucking
you know what I'm saying?
By the way, Doomzilla is saying, Davis, you gotta get into it.
I just need to get an Xbox. I never had an Xbox
or PC. It's all on PC too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's Microsoft, so yeah.
All right, so I figure this is a good time to transition now. So last time I had these fine gentlemen here, I was just dipping my toes into Attack on Titan, and I have to thank Davis for this because, first and foremost, I saw the live-action movies when, right when Shin Gojira was announced. I had to watch Attack on Titan because it was the same, it was the same studio, the same, special effects people who did Attack on Titan that worked on Shin Gojira. So that's how I initially watched Attack on Titan, the movies. Now, I didn't see the anime or the manga or anything like that. And I thought part 1 was pretty fucking awesome. I didn't really care for part 2, but I've softened a little bit since. But I haven't watched those movies in like 6-7 years. But Davis, with his continuing coverage of Attack on Titan on all fronts, movies, manga, TV show, and whatnot, he sold me. And then to add my New York Giants buddy Kush to the equation, they said, Jay, check out the anime. I think you might like it. And I did. So last time these guys were here, I got through the first season. Now, it's been what? I don't know. It's been what, almost a year? Like, I don't know, a lot of maybe 6 months, 7 months since we got.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm proud to say that I'm on season 4, episode 84. So I'm only 3 episodes behind to where then I'll be caught up. And I am just, I'm sold. I'm in now. I can't stop.
Blown away.
Well, I will say
now,
this: season 3 was hard to get through. I loved season 1. I liked season 2. Even though season 2 had great action, I just thought the storytelling and world building was better than season 1. Season 3 had some great episodes, but for the most part, it was slow. Now season 4, holy Moses.
I think season 3 is definitely carried by the second half.
That heavy metal opening in season 4.
Yeah.
Plus to the yes. I love it. Being a metalhead. But listen, guys, thank you for pulling my leg. I'm a fan now, and I want to go back and watch the movies again just because, but but now that I'm like I'm in again, I really love Aaron's an awesome character, awesome protagonist. I also like Hanj. Am I saying that right? Hanj, whatever her name is.
Hanji.
Hanji, yeah.
Awesome. She's my other favorite character. Like, yeah, I'm in.
She's great.
I love these characters. I love the world building, and like the blood, the guts, the fighting. It's like. Okay, yeah, we get our Godzilla movies, right? We get Godzilla movies. We get this WWE style of Godzilla fights, But Attack on Titan, it's like MMA with giants.
Yeah, yeah.
Attack on Titan is a mecha anime, bro.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Like, yeah, the music's great, the animation's great. Oh guys, I hate to say this because I know y'all gonna like in the chat gonna come at me hard. I like this more than Godzilla Singular Point.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, as much as
I love Singular Point, but again, I'm new to anime.
Wait, love Singular Point? I thought you only liked it.
Well, I hate the anime trilogy. I still hate the anime trilogy. I'm not softening my stance. The anime trilogy is still booty sauce to me, but Singular Point was good. But Attack on Titan is fucking great. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, War of the Gargantuas is one of my favorite movies ever, and like, I don't know what it is. It's something unique. It's different. It's cool. I like the world building, the characters, and the blood and guts. Dude, everything about this is great. Like I say, and I'm not a weeb. I'm not an anime person, and even I like it. That's all. The floor's yours, guys. Just whatever you want to talk about Attack on Titan, whatever you want to ask me, or whatever you want the guys to talk about. Davis, I know you just put out you're about to put out a Attack on Titan Season 3 retrospective. So go ahead, Juan, just let our audience know what you got going on in that end.
Okay, so later tonight, sometime after the stream, I am going to drop my Attack on Titan Season 3 retrospective video. And just to give my quick thoughts on the anime in its entirety, season by season so far, I think season 1 is very solid all around. I feel like it does have some pacing issues, as well as like some little some little bumps in the road when it came to the writing. But other than that, it was very strong. It was very effective. It was a very good hook all around. Season 2, I think, was when when they really outdid themselves at that time. When it came to the action, the animation, character development, and so forth. Season 3, I am a bit mixed on. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's overall great. It definitely has great moments, especially the second half of season 3,
Absolutely.
where it's just like it is just nonstop. I just love it. And season 4 so far, I think it is the best season, even though it's not finished yet technically so far. Like it really feels like this is what everything's been leading up to.
More Titan, basically.
Oh yeah, like what you were saying earlier, Jay, is that it's MMA with kaiju, but it's all in a war drama, which is just insane.
Yeah, and guys, real quick, both of you, we got the announcement recently, like a few days ago, that we're gonna get the rest of the series. Season 4, Part 3, I guess.
Yeah.
Next year. So, guys, go ahead. Kush, Davis, go ahead. Your thoughts on this finale coming next year?
I'm happy with it. Partly because it almost as if Mappa got 3 seasons in a way that Wit did. So I just it was just something I noticed. I'm like, hey, that's kind of funny. But I also like it because they're taking their time with telling the story that the manga works so hard to put out there. And that finished, it was in the summer of last year, around the summer of last year, I think the manga finished, right?
Oh, it was April of last year.
Yeah, so finished. Just full disclosure, I've read the entire thing, so I'm maybe you have as well, Davis. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I read the whole thing. Yeah, we both know where the story's going, all that, and it's because they've done such a spectacular job, like 110 out of 100 with adapting it. I got no problem with waiting another year for the conclusion. I think they're just gonna do their best. It's not like a situation where it's a money grabbing scheme to extend it. And like, no, they're legitimately doing it because they want to take their time. They want to put as much effort as they can to the animation, storytelling, voice acting, all of that. So I'm happy with it.
And one thing to consider is that time and time again has shown that Attack on Titan is not a very easy series to adapt. Hence why season 3 was split into 2 parts. Why season 2 was about half as long as the first season. Why upon
and season 2, let's not forget the me and you, the long time Attack on Titan fans remember this. We waited like 6 or 7 years for season 2. I forgot how long.
It was 4 years. Yeah.
4? 2012 to 2016 or 17, wasn't it?
Season 1 was 2013 and season 2 was 17.
Oh, okay. Heard you.
Okay. And while not a lot of people know this, is that while season 1 was airing, even though the anime was pretty damn popular while it was airing, the animation was kind of garbage at times. But thankfully, they would go back and like fix that later.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I remember like when season 2 was airing, I think it was season 2. They were already in the War on Paradis, or no, not the War on Paradis arc. The arc basically where Eren is in Marley. It was either at the end of season 2 of airing or the beginning of season 3. I remember that because as I was reading it, I'm like, I wonder how long it's gonna take for them to catch up for this. I remember reading the Warhammer volume, and I can't remember if I was watching.
That was
yeah. Listen. In terms of in terms of the 4-season review, like Davis, I gotta have to agree with basically everything he said there. I feel like season 1, people forget, by the way, the impact that season 1 had on anime in general, and anime being known more worldwide. Before that, you had DBZ, Naruto as the guys known worldwide, that's what people knew when it came to anime. When Attack on Titan season 1 premiered, it became one of Netflix's most watched shows, and because well, Attack on Titan, just the influence, often realized that, but it happened because they had that partner, is, in my opinion, so much better than season 1. And that's right. And it's like, that's the start of, or I guess I should say, Reiner revealed himself storytelling in what I believe was Soldier, right? Or was it War? It's one. Throughout that episode and the episodes before, we see the rest of the season. We don't even learn the meanings of those words all the way until season 4. Which was like 2 to 3 years later. We don't learn the meanings of those words. Like the callbacks, the way he connects back, the way that we saw the memories through Ryan.
Talk about the collab. That reveal blew me away.
When you were watching it, because I really actually when the reveal happened, that they were. Did you expect it?
No, I didn't.
Because a lot of
the other reveals that we've been seeing throughout season 3, season 4. Yeah, now we knew. We fucking knew. Like
the ending theme song and like the ending video. There's a wall, and on one side of the wall is Eren and Armin, and then the founder, and we see the rumbling happening yet. That had yet to be written in the manga. So he
just like waving it in front of our faces, and we had like no idea.
The way the show, like I said, season 3, it was like really hard to get through. I'm not gonna I'm not.
I think we could all get a second half kind of carried it a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if I'm talking to somebody new, like Joe, if he ever were getting, I would say Joe, just skip the first few episodes of season 3 and just start like the halfway point or something. It was a lot. It was a lot to sit through, but when the action picked up in season 3, I'm like, okay, this is fucking awesome. And then it slowed down again. I thought, I'm sorry, I know Davis liked it. I thought the finale of season 3 was a little flat, but then season 4 opens on the highest goddamn note. That's when we start seeing the fucking planes dropping the fucking Titans from the. Oh my god! Oh my god! It was the tits. It was awesome. Like.
Oh yeah.
Davis, I don't know if you call him this.
Departure from season 3.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Davis, I don't know if you call him this, but I know myself and a lot of other fans do. We don't call Reiner the Armor Titan. We call him the Plot Armor Titan, and I want to know if Jay calls him that as well.
Oh my god.
I call him the Plot Armor Titan. If you think about it, Jay, the amount of times this man was supposed to die and he just escaped somehow is ridiculous.
Well, you can say the same thing about the Beast as well. Like the Beast.
Recently the Beast, but like I don't know, man. Reiner since season 2 was supposed to die probably 100 times, and he figured out a way, or something happened to make him not die.
And they even like write it into his character where it's like almost like every episode he's like, why am I not dead yet?
Yeah, he's like, why am I still alive? Why are other people dying but I'm not?
I just want to die.
Yeah, true. Now that you mention it, yes. That's why I got you guys to kind of like educate me a little more. But yes, yeah.
And Paul Tackett brings up a couple other animes that if you're into this, you probably like Full Metal Alchemist and Inuyasha.
Oh, I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's one of my favorites.
I do have a to-do list after this. When I get through this, Jay was another one you kind of sold me on. It's not a series, it's a movie. It's the old school Ghost in the Shell. Not the movie with Scarlett Johansson. I'm talking like the anime from '95.
Oh yeah, Ghost in the Shell
is
phenomenal.
I want to watch. I'm sold. Like I said, guys, subscribe to Davis on TitanGoji because, like I said, his like retrospectives and reviews on all these stuff, like they're short, sweet, to the point, and he's a good sell. So yeah, I really want to watch Ghost in the Shell, and another one I'm excited to watch, and I'm glad I'm waiting because they're still dropping episodes as we speak on Crunchyroll. Back in the day, Joe will know because he's old enough to remember. Back in the day on Sega Dreamcast, there was a game called Shenmue.
Yep.
Okay, not a popular game, but if you had the chance to play it, talk about epic storytelling. Basically, Shenmue kind of gave birth to the whole Japanese Yakuza RPG games, basically. Yakuza came from Shenmue. Quick background story on Shenmue. You play as this guy, Ryo, who's 18 years old. He's a karate champion. His dad owns a dojo. His dad gets killed by a Chinese kung fu guy, and he wants to avenge his father. Well, along the way, he gets tied up in... It takes place in the 80s, by the way. It takes place in the 80s Japan. Along the way, he gets tied up with, like, gangs and the Yakuza and this and that, and he's trying to... And then eventually he winds up in Hong Kong, and he winds up in trouble there. Anyway, it's a revenge story. You know, he's an 18-year-old. He's a hothead, but he's a skilled martial artist. And the game... okay, a lot of people don't like the game, but I personally loved it because the story was so intriguing. Anyway, they made an anime series, and they've been dropping episodes on Crunchyroll. I think they're only like 6 episodes in. I plan on watching that next. I've been a diehard fan of Shenmue. I'm pissed off that they still haven't finished the series. We got Shenmue 3. Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 were on the Dreamcast. Shenmue 3 came on PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 a few years ago. And I didn't play it, but I watched all the cutscenes, and they still didn't close it off. I'm really pissed off they didn't close the series. So I'm hoping that this anime, depending on how far it goes, tells the complete story and doesn't, like, cut off.
I gotta check it out then, because you're kind of selling me on it.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're an old school gamer, remember this on Dreamcast. Like I said, Shenmue. If you type in Shenmue on YouTube, you'll see plenty of videos.
Yeah.
So kind of two thoughts to build off of that, Jay. One of them is kind of just like a question, because this is just something that I've been meaning to ask somebody that has played with the Dreamcast before. Mm-hmm. So like, wasn't like the first Xbox kind of like this spiritual successor to the Dreamcast? Because like a lot of people that worked on the Xbox or something like that.
Sort of. What happened was the Dreamcast was the first system to go 128-bit.
Yeah.
And it was a hit in Japan, but it flopped in America. And Shenmue was like a huge hit in Japan, but it was a flop here in America. Like, I mean, yeah, you had your Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, House of the Dead. So what happened was, as soon as PlayStation 2 dropped in America, Dreamcast fucking died, basically. Mm-hmm. And then what happened
I know a lot of the engineers that worked on Dreamcast worked on that first Xbox.
So
yeah.
A lot of Sega properties, with the exception of Sonic, Sonic Adventure eventually got reported to the GameCube. Meanwhile, Shenmue, Crazy Taxi, and whatever other Sega properties.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi was an exclusive for a while, right, for the Xbox?
Xbox for a while had most of the Sega games, or like the Sega games.
And then my second thing was
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish it up.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my second thing is actually a recommendation, and I recommend this to everybody that kind of starts off anime with Attack on Titan, which is weird because it's one of the best and one of the heaviest ones. It's weird for it to be a starter for a lot of people, but I think you should absolutely check out Death Note. Because before Attack on Titan happened,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat about that right now too.
Yeah, Death Note, bro. Death Note before Attack on Titan hit, or I should say season 2 and onwards hit, was my GOAT anime in storytelling. So that alone should tell you where, just how good of a story it is. You talk about which we didn't even get into the hidden themes of Attack on Titan, and the more overt themes like genocide, racism, fighting against war, what's right to do, what's not right to do. There's a lot of similar stuff like that in Death Note, but also in its own way, like great storytelling. Like I cannot speak enough about it, and it's very short. It's only 30-something episodes.
Yeah, I think Mark's a huge fan of Death Note too, but everybody said stay away from the movie.
Yeah, 100% stay away from the movie, man.
Stay away from the Netflix movie. The two directed by Shusuke Kaneko are quite solid.
Okay,
hold on.
Yeah,
but the anime is still fantastic, and it's a must-watch.
Oh, you gonna tackle Cole?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta play that bit again. Hold on.
Oh wow!
I'm sorry. Cole, we love you. Please don't ever change. And by the way, when the Mount Rushmore video drops,
I still gotta do that video. Yo, bro, send me a text tomorrow because I'm actually free tomorrow to just make it quick.
Okay.
Because I completely forgot to make the clip for you.
Push, I will let you in. I already did the cuff, but because it's you, I'll let you in. But Cole, you get an epic opening. I'll leave it at that. Davis knows. By the way, Davis, thank you for letting me borrow some of your sound bites there from our famous Godzilla ranking video.
Of course. I have another anime recommendation for you, Jay. Yes. I have brought it up from time to time. I think it is still available on Tubi, but not the show, but the movie version. It's an anime movie. It's Fist of the North Star. I think that might be something up your alley.
The only reason why I know Fist of the North Star is because the Wu-Tang Clan reference Fist of the North Star all the fucking time. And
yeah.
Raekwon, in fact, I think Raekwon has a song, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out just because of the Wu.
Oh yeah. Yeah, surprisingly enough, like Fist of the North Star did inspire like a lot of hip hop artists, like MF Doom would constantly reference Fist of the North Star in his music, and even to the point where he would like sample the English dub of the anime like into his music at some points.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, let me get through Attack on Titan, then Shenmue and Ghost in the Shell, and then I'll probably dip my toes into Fist of the North Star. Kush, do you have any?
And Death Note.
Kush, do you have any recommendations? Because I'm not an anime guy, but you already know.
So other than Death Note?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any specific type of anime you're looking for? Because I know I know you would like Death Note because of the storytelling. Just like that was the reason I was harping on Attack on Titan. Any specific things? Because I got a lot in mind, so I'm gonna try and just narrow it down to like one or two.
Well, I love kaiju movies and I love martial arts stuff. So.
Oh, the Fist of the North Star is perfect.
Yeah, I'd probably say in terms of a current one that is very easy for a lot of people to get into, that a lot of people love right now, would be Demon Slayer. Maybe I think you probably like that.
Okay.
Really good, solid. Actually, not really good. One of the best animations out there in current.
Good, yeah.
In current, I think the only one that like rivals it and beats is Jujutsu Kaisen. So if you like, I hear
Jujutsu Kaisen's really good.
You haven't checked out Jujutsu Kaisen yet?
I have not seen it yet.
It's, in my opinion, the best new anime, if that makes any sense, because it came out in like the past 3 or 4 years, just like how Demon Slayer came out the past 3 or 4 years. My Hero also passed 3 or 4 years, right? Maybe 5 for My Hero. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'd recommend that one. Jujutsu Kaisen, it has a lot of different fighting styles in it. You're gonna love the character Panda. Yep. He's literally a martial arts panda. He's literally Kung Fu Panda in anime form. I'm not even kidding, bro.
So Tekken.
Yes, a lot of people made memes about the panda from Tekken when the panda episode for Jujutsu Kaisen dropped. So that's the one I'll recommend for you, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Like I said, I'm slowly becoming an anime fan.
And also, Jujutsu Kaisen was Crunchyroll's first original anime too, so they put a lot of work and money into it.
Jay, didn't you just buy an anime movie?
Did I?
Didn't you just buy Defenders of the Realm?
Oh, that's not anime. That's okay.
Technically. I'm getting into technicalities here now, but
Yeah. Okay, so there was well, back in the 90s, right after the Mortal Kombat movie came out, there was a Mortal Kombat cartoon called Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. It aired on USA back in the day. It used to air like with the Street Fighter cartoon. You know, the yes. Same era. Same era. And it was also it aired with there was another cartoon anyway. It only lasted one season, but here's the thing. It was an actual sequel to the movie. This is before Annihilation came out. On top of that, the voice cast. All right, you ready for this shit? Clancy Brown, the Kurgan, voiced Raiden. Ron Perlman voiced Stryker. So they had some high-profile names, but the animation's terrible, the dialogue's terrible. But anyway, I bought a bootleg Blu-ray, and we're gonna have a watch party with Mortal Kombat.
If you're a fan of Ron Perlman, by the way,
yeah.
I know we already finished the Halo series talk, but he I wish they brought him back for the character Admiral Hood, but they kind of just brought in a new actor for Admiral Hood. I would have been so happy if they got Ron Perlman on for that.
Yeah. Now,
before you go, Joe, I got a recommendation for Davis and Kush. Off air, we were talking about The Boys because season 3 is on the way.
Oh yeah.
A month and a half. Have you guys? And I won't be upset if you say no, but have you guys watched Diabolical yet?
Not yet.
No.
Okay, Kush, you know what Diabolical
is? Diabolical the word that the character says diabolical?
Yes.
Like, is it related to The Boys?
Yes. It's
okay.
An 8-part anthology cartoon of The Boys. There's 8 episodes, 8 different stories, but here's the cool part. Unfortunately, Mark didn't like it. I can't believe Mark didn't like it, but I loved it. Every episode is a different style of animation and a different writer. So the first episode is about like it's about a scientist who's watching over a baby in the laboratory, and it's got like a Looney Tunes style animation. It's written by Seth Rogen. The second episode, it's got the Rick and Morty style of animation, and it's written by Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty. I think the 5th episode is anime style, and it's written by Aquafina, and she voices the main character. You guys need to watch this. There's only one episode I did not like because it was depressing as fuck. Episode 7, which was about an old man and he had a dying wife, and he steals the bee to revive his dying wife. And it's fucking depressing, but the rest of them are fucking great. And there's one episode,
you know, I'm gonna check it out, bro.
Yeah.
Not only the name, like, that's such a clever name, bro.
You love it. There's actually one episode that's actually about Billy the Butcher and Homelander. The only problem is it's not voiced by the cast, but it's.
I could let that slide. I honestly can let that slide for an anthology series like that.
They're all like 15 minutes long, so you could binge the whole thing in 2.5 hours. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Boys Diabolical. You guys need to watch it.
Jay, I'm gonna do it, but you gotta promise me one thing.
Yes.
The Halo Legends I was describing earlier, it's exactly that. It's an anthology series, 7 episodes long, 15 to 20 minutes each, and it's on Paramount Plus, so you can binge it in 2.5 hours, bro.
Done.
I'm gonna binge it tonight. The Diabolical thing.
Done. Deal. Done. I probably won't be able to watch it till either probably next weekend, but I will definitely get to it. I'm in the middle of editing a bunch of stuff, and I have like 7-hour watch party Saturday. Speaking of, Mortal Kombat Conquest watch party, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time this Saturday with me, Joe, Toshi from Call Me Dogu, and Mad Mike Jones. Be there. Lots of laughs, lots of pizza, lots of shit talking. It's gonna be a good time. Be there.
Are you guys gonna is it gonna be virtual, or are you guys gonna meet up and do it?
Oh, virtual on Zoom.
Okay. It's virtual.
No, I heard
the only
pizza,
people
that's why.
I go over to Jay's though, so we'll be together there.
Yeah, me and Joe.
Okay, so there'll be pizza there. Okay.
And we're gonna be eating pizza. It's a cheat day. Davis, it's a cheat day. I can eat pizza on Saturday.
But yeah, man, you look good. What'd you do other than the biking, or did you do anything else?
So I've been at the gym 5 days a week. I've been doing. So when I'm at the gym, I do 15 minutes on the staircase, and then I do my lifting. But the thing is, I'm not dieting per se. I'm calorie counting. So I eat whatever the fuck I want. But if I go over 2,000 calories, I stop. But the weekends, fair game. But if I
I'm
bored, then
gonna
I
do
gotta
that.
tone it down. But
I'm gonna do that because like it's obviously worked for you, bro. Like you look good, so it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been. Honestly, Davis is a fucking inspiration because he's always posting his fucking gym photos and shit, and I'm like, I gotta get off the fucking couch. So yeah, if you guys
Same,
want
bro.
some enthusiasm,
Same.
follow Davis on Twitter because he's always posting his workout pictures, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get my fat ass off the couch. But yeah, I feel like I'm in like, not the best shape of my life, but the best shape of my life. You know, like I feel better now. Like I'm down. So
That's
I
awesome,
weigh
man.
170. I'm 178. A year ago, I was 240. I'm 178 now. So, yeah, I feel fucking great. Like, and
That's some real good progress.
Yeah. So I'm trying. So my ultimate goal is to get down to 175 and bench 300, but I'm nowhere close to benching 300. And I'm benching about I can put up about 280 is like my max. Like if on a good day, like one rep.
Yeah.
But I'll get there eventually. But yeah, I've been.
Listen, man, it's a work in progress, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
work in progress. And like I said, Davis has been a fucking awesome inspiration. You know, seeing his workout, regime and whatnot. And even Joe has been jumping on train. Joe's lost a ton of weight too, and he's been at the gym. I see him at the gym every fucking time I'm there. So, yeah. So
I'm only 30 pounds behind you. I'm at 250 right
our
now.
asses in shape. By all
Exactly,
means.
bro.
Oh, good night, Paul. Good night, Paul. Thanks for stopping in, Paul. But yeah, like
Hey, Paul.
we're all like trying to like better ourselves, and like the more Davis like bulks up and shit, I'm just like, okay, I need to get off the fucking couch and do something. But yo, Davis, when we go to Chicago, we're working out together. When we go to Chicago, this.
Oh yeah.
G-Fest.
Yes, sir.
And back to the anime thing, the one that I'm excited for right now actually bridges the gap between video games and anime. It's Tekken Bloodlines that's coming
There's
to.
a Tekken. They're making a Tekken anime.
Yes!
They're making a Tekken anime, and it's coming to Netflix.
I haven't
was
heard
talking
about
it.
this.
Maximilian from Yo Video Games was talking about it.
Mhm.
And it's
I haven't heard
Netflix,
about this.
right?
Yeah. So I'm excited
They
for that.
just announced it last week, Kush, so it's all good. They literally just
Bet,
announced it like
bet.
a week ago.
Where's it gonna? Is it gonna be like on Crunchyroll or is it gonna be on Funimation?
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exclusive to Netflix or not, but it's
Probably.
definitely there.
Probably until like a physical release comes out.
I know we've gotten far off the topic from It's Back on Titan, but I guess I'll try and maybe get us back in it. But with what theme? Because like you said, it's been a while since we've spoken to you, Jess. So I really want to get your thoughts.
Yeah.
What theme, like I guess, hit you in the face the most? Where you're like, I did not expect this, or you're just like, okay, this is what Attack on Titan is about. If you had to tell a person the story is based around this central theme, what would it be? Because there's a lot you could choose from. You could choose from genocide, racism, war. There's so many things.
Absolutely, war is like the first thing I think of. And the way, like, I actually appreciate one thing. Not to go off too off topic, but season 4, I like how we get some of these flashbacks and these backstories about how these, people, how they were raised, and they were basically, from birth, they were just raised like, hey, you need to do this to be a soldier. If you want to inherit a Titan, you gotta do this. So the fact that we get to see like these children getting forced to like be soldiers and whatnot, and like, yeah, I think that's what kind of grabbed me the most is like.
I'd agree with you because I want to hear what Davis thinks as well. For me, it would be like a mixture of war with something that I can't name, and that's something is that like you've seen how the Titans have ruled over the land for 2,000 years, and then Marley rules over. So I'm like, empires, is that the right thing? I don't know. Just ruling class and stuff like that, like because they were both terrible, power, and then like in the current day of the anime is 100% war. Like I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, like Attack on Titan does a really good job depicting this gray area when it comes to war, conflict, personal beliefs, so on and so forth, because everyone has a reason to fight. Everyone has a reason for the things that they do, and it's written in a way where you can't really blame them for their actions. Because everyone, or just everything is just so nuanced. Even taking Eren for example, even though that he's now become like the main villain of the entire show after following him as the main character for 3 seasons, we understand this, like, well, I mean, not exactly a sudden change because there's been,
it was gradual. It was definitely
it was
gradual. Yeah, like
it was
at the beginning of
gradual.
season
It was,
4,
like,
if you're watching the
build up
beginning of
to it.
season 4, it's sudden, but like, you know, me and Davis read the manga, and I'm sure by now you've seen enough to see it was a gradual change.
Yeah, because it's like, even though Eren does become like the ultimate antagonist in the end, you completely understand why he would go into that direction. And and yes, like it is like the series makes it very clear that like what Eren is doing is terribly wrong, like wiping out a vast majority of the human race, all for the sake of like freedom, liberation, so on and so forth.
And his friends.
Yeah, and his friends.
Like the driving force behind Eren that some even like manga readers and big fans kind of look over sometimes is that he's doing it because he wants the people that he loves, his family, whether by blood or not, he wants them to live happily. And you see it in his actions as well, because it's not thoroughly thought out, because give it, and you know, like I said, Davis, you notice, give it a couple hundred years, if the world recuperates and they remember all this, which they will go back and once again start attacking Paradis, because Paradis just ended the entire world, right? But man, like, and this is gonna be a contradictory statement, I acknowledge that, but there are no true sides in Attack on Titan. There aren't. But I'm still Team Eren, if that makes any sense. Like,
well, at first, I'll counter
the reason,
at first it was clear, but now it's like, well,
it's much more ambiguous. The reason I say that is because I remember, like, I'm on Twitter all the time, and I'm not heavily involved in Attack on Titan Twitter, but I remember when season 4 premiered, and I was just seeing all of this hate for Eren. I'm like, are y'all forgetting his motivations? Like I'm not saying he's right. Once again, there are no true sides, but the reason I would like defend him, if that makes any sense, or be like I'm on his side, is because
you understand,
like, the stuff that Marley has done to Eren and Paradis is terrible. He's given them a taste of their own medicine times like 1,000, but you understand why he's doing it.
Absolutely, yeah. All right. It's getting close to 9:30 here. Anything? Any last minute thoughts or well, you guys know more about, because you guys read the manga. Hopes and dreams for the last part of season 4, part 3, dropping in 2023. Any, like, you know?
I hope they adapt not necessarily the second ending, but like the extended ending that the mangaka did a couple months after the actual ending. I hope that they adapt that.
Yeah, they'll probably do that, because from what I know, Hajime Isayama has worked very closely with the anime staff, and I believe Isayama has said that the Attack on Titan anime is supposedly the definitive version of the story.
Yeah, he said that. I remember him saying that, even, or something similar to that, even all the way back in season 1. Like, you guys remember the Eren Berserk scene from season 1 where like he had blue lightning coming out of him? Like, that never happened in the manga. Like, Isayama, I believe, was the one that added that. So the definitive story of the version, I think, is probably the only time, or maybe one of the only times, it's the adaptation rather than the source material is the definitive version.
Yeah, and I also want to bring up that quick little Berserker scene. When you go back and watch that, he says, "I will destroy this world."
Oh,
deep foreshadowing there.
I mean, there's foreshadowing all over the place. Like, Eren, you mentioned it, how he's not the antagonist. He's become exactly what Marley said was the source of the Titan's power. He is now the devil of all Earth. Because remember, that's the story that Marley tells. He's the devil of all Earth. The story that the Eldian Empire told was that, you know, it was a gift from God, basically, that Ymir was a god. And the true thing, which we finally saw, I was so happy. It was probably my favorite episodes. I waited so long to see them adapt the story of Ymir, is that it's more so connected to like a tree of life type of thing. By the way, Attack on Titan is heavily influenced by Norse mythology, hence the name Ymir, you know, like the father of all giants, Ymir, and you know, the first Titan is Ymir. We literally have like a tree of life in Attack on Titan. Like, a lot of stuff comes from the Norse mythology there.
This is why I'm glad you guys are here, because you're explaining stuff that I may not get, or that goes over my head, or I miss. So now I'm like looking back at everything I watched, like, oh, okay, now this is all. you know, this makes more sense now. So yeah, like this is why I want.
I'd say go back and rewatch season 2 too, bro, because like the conversations that like Ymir was having. Yeah. Like you remember the conversation Ymir was having with Reiner and Bertel on the tree, and she's telling her, she's like, bro, you don't even know who the enemy is, because like the enemy was the entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when I get through these last few episodes, and sometime before, I mean, the last part's not gonna drop till sometime in 2023. I'll probably have to like dip my toes in again, just rewatch some highlights and get reacquainted. Now that I can, you know, now that I'm picking up on things.
The thing that I would say, and I'm sure Davis could add to this, is that when I've rewatched it, I've started paying attention a lot more to language and words. Like Dave is just pulling out something I never knew, which was that Eren said, "I will destroy the entire world." Like in season 2, the 2 most important words to pay attention to were warrior and soldier. And in season 3, I want to say it was probably demon, because like, and that comes back right away in season 4 with the way to describe Eldians as demons and devils.
Oh yeah.
Like you start paying attention to the words a lot more, and you're like, the foreshadowing's been there from day one. It's crazy.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's been a fucking blast watching, and like I said, I'm glad that we did the stream again. Now that I'm almost caught up. So this is what we're gonna do. It's 9:30 now. We're gonna wrap this up, but I want to just, like I said, you guys can have much time you need to plug whatever you want to plug. Like I said, I know Davis, at this point, you got a fucking awesome Patreon. Hub, I know not only that you're a Giants YouTuber, but you also play games on Twitch. So I want to give you guys plenty of time to plug whatever you want to plug. By the way, all the links in the description. Everybody, please sub both of these fine gentlemen up. They're great content creators from different corners of YouTubing, but they're great content creators, but they're great friends of the channel. I'm happy to have them here, and like I said, they you know, they're knowledgeable of what they do, and it's always a blast having them here. So before we pass the torch around real quick, just want to reiterate, tomorrow, Joe, tell them about tomorrow. Go ahead, Joe.
Tomorrow we are going to be doing the finale of Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yes. And then go ahead, tell them about Saturday as well. I've already said it, so.
Yep, and Saturday we are going to do the finale episodes of Mortal Kombat Conquest with Toasty and Mad Mike Jones.
Yes, absolutely. So definitely hope you guys can make those streams, and again, support those guys as well. Komi Dogu just dropped an interview with Ludi Lin. For those who don't know who Ludi Lin is, he played Liu Kang in the new Mortal Kombat movie. Toasty and Chris from Komi Dogu interviewed Ludi Lin. It dropped yesterday. It was fucking awesome. Please check that interview out. I also was on their channel interviewing David Craddock, who's the author of the upcoming book, Long Live Mortal Kombat. So I'm glad that I was there to back them up. Also, next Thursday, I gotta touch base with Alexander Deswell, but next Thursday, the plan is Alexander Deswell will be coming on NerdCage Live, and we're gonna be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yes, I saw Sonic 2 last night at the fan premiere. It was okay.
Really? Just okay? I was so excited for it.
I'm not gonna dunk on it too much because it's a kids movie, but I just felt the performance.
Or well, how would you compare it to the first one? Because it did such a great job with the first one.
Jim Carrey was way better than the first one. However, the second one has more lore from the games. And I love Idris Elba as Knuckles, but there are some stupid lines, subpar performances, but there are.
I'm surprised by the Jim Carrey comment, man. I really am. Oh man.
6 out of 10. I'd give it 6 out of 10. I'm being fair. I did.
Because like I don't know if you've been following like on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, but like he's basically said that like he's gonna retire soon. Sonic is probably the last thing he's gonna do. So I wonder if that affected his performance.
Yeah, because I felt like his performance wasn't as good in this one as it was in the first one. There are gonna be some people who are gonna love the second one way more, and there's gonna be some people who like the first one more. Again, when it comes to as a movie, I like the first one a little more, but as like a fan of Sonic the video game, second one all the way, because you got Knuckles, you got Tails. They really rip a page off the first 4 games: Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles. You know, the lore's there, the Master Emerald, the Chaos Emeralds. I'm not gonna spoil anymore because I don't want to say too much. There are some.
Well, those were in the trailers too. Yeah.
During the credits. There's a mid-credit scene. Stay for the mid-credit scene. It's gonna lead to part 3. I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna say what it is. But the movie, again, I'm not gonna dunk on it too much because it's a kids movie. But I didn't watch my out of the theater review. I did a full out of the theater reaction review on NerdCage Live Facebook discussion group. I did a full-blown unadulterated, unedited me reacting to coming out of the theater. I love doing those videos for you guys, by the way. So yeah, I'm hoping Alexander So will become. He said he was going to be here, but I haven't talked to him in a while, so I want to be sure he's still able to make it. But the plan is next Thursday, Alexander the Swell. We're going to talk Sonic the Hedgehog 2. He's definitely the one I want to talk that movie about with. So hopefully he can make it. The following Thursday will be no live stream. It'll be the premiere of our Mount Rushmore video. And then on the 28th, the last Thursday of the month, is a bye week because I want to watch the draft. I want to enjoy it this year. By the way, Kush, I want Thibodeau. If Thibodeau's not there, trade down. If Thibodeau's not there at 5, trade the 5th pick.
You wouldn't take one of the premier tackles? You wouldn't take one of the premier tackles?
We could take them at 7. We could take a tackle at 7.
I don't know. So here's the thing. If Akeem is there at 5, but Thibodeau is not, you wouldn't take Akeem.
Trade the pick.
He's not going to be there at 7, bro.
If we could trade the 5th pick for, like, a ransom, like, if we can get, like, 3 first.
I was going to say, I agree with you. The only way I'm trading the 5th pick is if I'm getting 3 first-round picks in return. Because I'm looking at what Miami and San Fran did.
I don't care who. 3 first-round picks in this.
You look at what Miami and San Fran did last year. That was 3 first-round picks, so that's the only way I'm trading out if we get 3.
It really looks like Carolina's for sure taking a quarterback, so that gives us an opportunity for these other QB needy teams to trade with us. I want multiple first-round picks. I don't care with who. I don't care. I want multiple first-round. But like I said, if Thibodeau's there, I want him. Being a Giants fan, being a fan of defense, Michael Strahan's my all-time favorite player. I grew up watching Michael Strahan. I want an elite defensive end that I know no matter how bad the team is, we're going to have a feared defensive line like we used to. I want Thibodeau without question.
No, I agree with you completely. But the only thing I disagree with is that if Akeem is there, I'm taking him. Like, if Akeem is there and Thibodeau is not there, I take him.
I don't want Sauce Gardner. Here's why. Real quick, I'm sorry for going to this.
Go ahead.
Sauce Gardner. Here's why. Looking back at our first-round corner picks, Eli Apple, DeAndre Baker, Prince Amukamara. Like, I don't want to spend a first-round pick on a corner. I just don't. I know all the
Listen, my dream draft, Jay, would be Akeem at 5, Thibodeau at 7, Christian Harris linebacker in the second round, and a corner in the 3rd and a tight end in the 3rd. That would be like my dream first 5 picks.
And I hope we find a way to keep Bradbury. I know we need the cap space, but I don't want to get rid of Bradbury. But if we do, I get it, but I don't want to. But that's just I have to watch draft night, I need to watch the fucking. I don't know if I'm gonna watch. I don't know if I'm assuming you're gonna be streaming, right, Kush? Oh yeah,
it's gonna be on my channel this year. Last year was on KB's. This year it's on mine. 9-1.
Yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in. I'll probably be tuning in to like everybody, but like. Yeah, like I cannot wait for this year's draft. The fact that we have 2 top 10 picks, like I'm seeing no NerdCage. There's gonna be no NerdCage live at the end of the month. I need to watch the fucking draft. And yes, we will do guys. You're invited to come on too. We will do a Doctor Strange spoiler discussion Monday, May 9th, because Doctor Strange comes out May 5th. So May 9th, Monday.
What?
Yeah.
I completely forgot that's in a month.
So Davis and Kush, if you guys want to be on the panel for the Doctor Strange.
There's so many things coming out way sooner than I expected them to come out. Like Sonic 2, I thought was probably like a month away from now. Doctor Strange 2 is a month away from now. Jesus
Sunday,
Christ.
I'm seeing everything everywhere all at once. I'm so fucking excited because it's only one theater in Syracuse playing it, and I'm seeing it with my mom on Sunday night. I convinced my mom to go. I love Michelle.
I want to see it so badly.
And then I want to see The Northman, and I want to see The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Like, there's so
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, The Northman. There was that one movie where I was like, it just looks fun. The one with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, The Lost City, I think it's called.
The Lost City.
It just looks like a fun movie to go watch. I gotta watch the next Jordan Peele movie. I've been a fan of both of his movies so far, and I feel like this one's gonna be even better because it looks like alien sci-fi type thing. And of course, Doctor Strange.
I saw the trailer for that. That looks pretty cool too.
Exactly. I'm like, there's so much. I'm just like, I'm gonna go broke, man.
Good night, Valerie. Good night, Valerie. All right.
Yeah.
So so those are all my plugs, guys. I'm sorry I took up a lot of time. So, Kush, the floor is yours. Anything you want to plug, man?
Listen, I ain't got nothing to plug. I just gotta say thank you once again for having me on. I truly enjoy coming on and talking just all these topics with you guys. Excited to be on the next one, whatever it is. Maybe it would be the Doctor Strange one. I'll see if I could catch it in time so I could come on. But it's like I was just saying, I just listen to all 5, man. I'm like, go
we got
broke.
The boys coming up in June.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna have to pirate some of these movies, man, because there ain't no way I'm going to the expensive movie theater 5 times in a month. I'm gonna have to pirate some of these. Yeah. How much is like a movie ticket for an adult in Syracuse?
So in Syracuse, I'll break it down real quick. So we have Regals out here. I know New York City's got one too, 'cause I've been there. But we got Regal and we got a couple local theaters. But for regular movie tickets, like $15. For IMAX, it's 21, and then for 4DX, it's like 24, 25.
Yeah, so those are night prices, not matinee prices.
Over here, it's basically the same price, except IMAX is probably a little bit more expensive, but it's basically the same price. Yeah. So yeah, it will be like 15 times 5. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, how much? Let me do some quick math.
See, that's why Jay's got that Regal pass.
Yeah, I got the Regal pass. I pay $21 a month. I can go. It's regular movies though. I can go any movie I want. Regular movies as many times I want. $21 a month. If I go see IMAX or 4DX, I get a discount.
Oh, okay, cool.
So if I see a 4DX movie, I only pay $13. If I see IMAX, I only pay $6.
And Davis, where are you located at?
So I go to college in Sherman, but my home is in Dallas.
And what are the movie ticket prices in both of those?
Okay, so I normally go to Cinemark, and tickets are usually like it's usually between like $9 to $10.
Lucky
like
bastard.
that.
You guys
wow, that is definitely cheap, man. That is actually cheap, yeah.
All right, Davis, go ahead. Plug yourself in, and I just want to say before Davis plugs in, okay, I'm not gonna air out his laundry, but given the circumstance of his fucking YouTube situation, highly recommend y'all sign up for his Patreon. You can sign up for his Patreon for only $1.
Just $1.
Just throwing that out there. But Davis, go ahead.
Yes, as Jay already mentioned, I am dealing with some YouTube bullshit at the moment, but I am TitanGoji on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and definitely Patreon. I'm definitely gonna need the support. Also have TeePublic, where I sell T-shirts. I haven't really came up with a new design in a while. Like my recent ones have mainly been like gym shirt designs. So if you guys want to hit the gym while rocking my merch, there's that. Yeah. So and sometime after the stream, look forward to the Attack on Titan season 3 video that's gonna pop up on my channel. So yeah,
all right,
that's all I got.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much again. All the links in the description. Sub these fine gentlemen up. Not only that, they are fantastic content creators. Whether if it's sports, anime, kaiju, whatever, these guys are my friends, and I appreciate their support. And you should, just, like I said, just sub these guys up. They are one of a kind, and I always love having them on here. And yeah, so listen, guys, thank you so much again. Thank you everybody in the chat who hung out with us tonight. This was so much fun. I cannot wait to have these guys back. We will definitely do this again. So good night to everybody. So before we go, we ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, spread that shit like simple. So I say, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York City, Dallas, Texas, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live and The Hub and TitanGoji, the Toku Titancast. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, fuck math, fuck Jack, do your
fuck bots,
eat your vegetables. Good night.
Good night.
Jinzuo Sasageo.
Shinzo Sasageo.
Hadouken! NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
About you.
Yo, that's f***ing diabolical.
About humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!